Hola, jo sóc l'Anna Paradís, la lectora de català a la Universitat d'Oxford. Soc de Barcelona i vinc de l'àmbit de la filologia catalana i la lingüística teòrica. La meva àrea d'especialització és la lingüística romànica. Benvinguts i benvingudes a aquesta sessió dedicada als estudis de català a Oxford.
Nowadays, Catalan is studied through a wide network of universities all over the world, from the UK to Argentina. Catalan studies at Oxford started in 1987. Institut Ramon Llull is a public body which aims to promote Catalan studies at universities abroad. There are 161 universities all over the world which offer the study of the language and its culture and literature. Here in the UK, we have 22 universities including Cambridge, Manchester, Edinburgh or Sheffield. With the funding of the Catalan government, La Generalitat de Catalunya, the universities, including Oxford, have promoted several events up to the present to share the Catalan language and culture across the UK. Let's see now a first approach to Catalan. As you probably may know, Catalan is a Romance language, that is, a language which comes from Latin. Catalan, as we are going to see in a minute, is spoken mostly on the Iberian peninsula. Before we introduce Catalan, it's important to keep in mind that, as you can see in the map, geographical frontiers rarely coincide with political borders, and those rarely coincide with linguistic ones. It is believed that about 40 million people in Europe speak a language other than the predominant language of the country where they reside. Let's now take a closer look at the Romance languages spoken in the Iberian Peninsula, including Catalan. In this map and in different colors, you can see all Romance varieties spoken in the Iberian Peninsula. If you have a look at the map, you'll see that there are more Romance languages beyond Catalan, Spanish, and European Portuguese. It is important to outline that the study of Catalan could help you to enrich your knowledge about this whole picture, getting to know both Romance variation and the notion of Romance continuum. In fact, it is important to bear in mind that mutual comprehension between Romance varieties, such as Catalan, may be high. If you are willing to study either Portuguese or Spanish, it's essential to remark that Catalan is a co-official language in Spain, as well as Aranese Occitan, Galician, and the non-Romance language spoken in the Basque country, which is Basque or Euskera. To put it simply, being a co-official language means to have an official status for public and institutional uses in that specific territory. In addition, you should consider that the majority of these Romance languages are, in fact, minoritized languages with respect to Spanish. After this brief introduction, let's talk about Catalan. As we've just seen, Catalan is a Romance language, and it's currently spoken by more than 10 million people. In fact, Catalan is the ninth most spoken language in the European Union. And it's a language with a non-literary tradition. The first texts attested in this language, including non-literary texts, were written around the 11th and 12th centuries. But where is Catalan spoken? Let's see now the linguistic domain of this language. Catalan is spoken in Catalunya, in País Valencià, the Valencian community, in La Franja, the Strip, the area of Catalan-speaking territories of eastern Aragon, bordering Catalonia and the autonomous community of Aragon. In Les Illes Balears, the Balearic Islands, that is, Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, and Formentera. Catalan is also spoken in La Catalunya North in France, in cities such as Perpignan. It's also spoken in the city of l'Alguer in Sardinia. Finally, Catalan is spoken in the microstate of Andorra. In this country, Catalan is the only official language. Catalan culture has developed its own unique and universal identity over the centuries. The innovative flair, creativity, capacity to absorb different influences, coexistence and tolerance values have shaped a culture that is both national and cosmopolitan. Catalonia has always been an intersection of cultures and influences. Now, how can you study Catalan language and culture at Oxford? Although Catalan is not available as a full modern language degree subject, you can study Catalan as an option within the study of your main languages. Most of those who take it are reading Spanish, French, Portuguese, or other Romance or non-Romance languages as well.
Hi, I'm Isabel. I'm a second year studying French and Spanish. I first took up Catalan classes when I first came to Oxford at a complete beginner's level. But because I spoke some French and Spanish before, I thought it would be interesting to compare these languages with Catalan and a little bit easier to take up this language if I already spoke some similar ones. The Catalan classes at Oxford are really great because they're such small group sizes, and Anna, the teacher, is really wonderful and understanding when you can't get much work done between the classes. This actually makes taking Catalan very manageable with the Oxford workload, which was quite a surprise, to be honest. Also, I find that the classes make a nice refreshing break from your degree because your degree at Oxford is quite literature based, whereas the Catalan classes at Oxford are very much going back to the grammar and reading and listening exercises that you're used to in school, which is really nice and a good change. Also, you can take up an oral Catalan class, which is an extra hour a week on top of the normal hour a week of Catalan. For me, this gave me the confidence to decide to go to Barcelona on my year abroad next year, which I'm really looking forward to be able to improve my Catalan alongside my Spanish. I'd recommend taking this opportunity to learn Catalan at Oxford because it's such a beautiful language and the classes at Oxford are really wonderful.
Hello everyone, my name's Sophie. I'm a second year at Pembroke studying French and Spanish. My main motivations behind studying Catalan include that it's another Romance language, so it's nice to compare and contrast it to languages that you are studying or perhaps languages that you already know. The lessons themselves are a perfect mix between culture and grammar, so you're able to get to grips with the language through reading, writing, speaking, whilst also getting to know the culture behind the language, which may differ depending on the Catalan speaking area, which is always very interesting to learn. I do believe it's a fresh approach to learning about culture because our courses are quite literature based, so you're expected to learn the culture through the literature, which is also a possibility in Catalan, but you're also able to learn about the culture through art, history, and even music, which is very interesting. Should you wish to incorporate your Catalan studies into your actual course, that is a possibility too. You can choose to study your paper 8 for your period paper at FHS, which is the modern paper, and in this way you can choose to study as a topic Catalan prose or Catalan poetry. There's also the option to do Catalan as a special subject paper, which is also literature but also linguistics, which can also be incorporated into your weekly lessons at the faculty. So these have been my motivations for studying Catalan, and I hope you do too.
As we've seen, the Catalan course includes, apart from language classes, the following FHS papers: Paper 8 for second year students and Paper 12 and Paper 14, or extended essay, for finalists. These three papers are a good option to study more in depth Catalan literature and linguistics.
Hiya, my name is Yinka and I'm a fourth year currently studying German and Spanish at St Hilda's College. I decided to attend Catalan classes after seeing them advertised around the university in second year before eventually deciding to study Catalan for one of my finals papers. This has not only allowed me to learn how to speak Catalan, but also to enrich my cultural understanding of Spain and the different regions and how the different languages interact. And it has conversely also helped me with my Spanish. I would also say that my final year paper in Catalan has been really flexible and really enjoyable. I've been pretty much been able to study what I want in terms of literature, and so I decided to study 3 novels, all written by women, charting their various struggles in the periods in which they live. I've really enjoyed studying these novels because literature is so run over, saturated with novels by men. And so it has been inspiring to see examples of really powerful women. My favourite has been La Plaza del Diamant, which I would definitely recommend if you're into like sad stories that are tearjerkers. I've also been able to access a lot of support facilitating studying literature in a language that I had no knowledge of until around 2 years ago. So
As we've seen before, here at Oxford, Catalan studies include as well Catalan culture and literature. Maybe the majority of you are familiar with Antoni Gaudí, the architect of some emblematic buildings in Barcelona, such as La Sagrada Família or La Casa Batlló, and some artists such as Salvador Dalí or Joan Miró. Furthermore, Catalan cultural studies are taught from a gender perspective. Apart from language classes and the different optional papers for FHS, the Catalan course includes as well seminars on Catalan literature and culture. Besides, here at Oxford, you will also have the opportunity to take the official exams for certification of knowledge of Catalan as a foreign language. This is a good option if you are planning to go to any of the Catalan-speaking areas, for instance, for your year abroad. Beyond Catalan language certificates, you will also have the possibility to apply for a language stay. If you wish to enjoy part of your summer in Barcelona, Girona, the Balearic Islands, Andorra, you will be able to apply for a linguistic stay there. The Institut Ramon Llull organizes these language and cultural stays designed to improve the language skills and cultural knowledge of students of the Catalan language abroad. This is accomplished through courses, lectures, tours, and complementary activities in different parts of the Catalan-speaking domain. You can also apply for internship courses offered as well by the Institut Ramon Llull. It's a good opportunity to develop skills that will enable you to carry out your professional activities and future jobs. Finally, if you decide to join our Catalan classes, you will also have the opportunity to attend different cultural activities including cinema, music, literary events. For instance, this year, we organized 2 film discussions on different Catalan films.
Hi, my name's George. I'm a second year studying Spanish and Portuguese at Oxford. Today I'd like to speak to you a bit about Catalan, my experience with it and the opportunities available to you. So I wanted to learn Catalan for 3 reasons. Firstly, I'm really interested in the geopolitical context of Catalonia. Secondly, I'm really interested in the dialectal variation of Catalan. And thirdly, Catalan literature is also really fascinating and I wanted to be able to access that in Catalan. So what are the opportunities available to you in Catalan at Oxford? So at Oxford, you can choose to study Catalan as an optional extracurricular activity if you want to. So you can take part in language classes, in speaking classes, but also in culture classes as well. And if you want to, you can also incorporate Catalan into your degree. So you can incorporate it into your modern literature Spanish paper, and you can also incorporate it into your degree by making it a paper 12 in 4th year. So there are lots of opportunities to get involved with Catalan at Oxford. My experience with Catalan has been brilliant, really rewarding, really enriching, and I'm actually hoping to go to Catalonia for a bit for my year abroad next year as well. So it's been a wonderful experience for me, and I hope, should you come to Oxford, that you enjoy it as much as I have. Gracias, adeu.
And this is the end of the Catalan presentation. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can reach me via email. I would like to finish hoping that this might have inspired you an interest for Catalan language and culture, and that we can meet you personally in the future in our Catalan classes. As we say in Catalan, gràcies, adeu i fins aviat.